Listen to me closely. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to wake you up. I'm 70. It went fast. Blink. 1 minute you think you've got endless time. The next you're staring at the back half of your story wondering where it went. We romanticize later like it's guaranteed. It isn't. Someday is the soft pillow that suffocates every great life. There is no tomorrow. Not the way you imagine it. There's only this breath, this hour, this decision. Count. Your life not in decades, but in chances. 75 winters to feel the sting of cold and gratitude for warmth. 75 springs to witness renewal. 75 summers to feel the sun on your skin. 75 autumns to watch the leaves surrender and still somehow win. When you count like that, you stop wasting seasons. You stop scrolling past your destiny. You stop giving your minutes to mediocrity. So here's the first order of business. Get serious, not grim, not bitter, serious. Decide, right now, that your life matters enough to be shaped on purpose. Because if you don't design it, the world will, and the world does not care if you end up average. We think transformation is fireworks and fanfare. It's not. Change starts like a ship that shifts 5 degrees, barely noticeable today, a different continent a year from now. 5 degrees is waking up on the first alarm. 5 degrees is 10 minutes of reading before you touch your phone. 5 degrees is 1 honest rep after you want to quit. 1 degree today, 1 tomorrow. Compounded, it becomes a revolution. Let's expose the lie. I've got time. Time is the most limited, non-renewable resource you'll ever spend. You can make back money. You can rebuild reputation. You cannot get back a single minute of yesterday. The clock doesn't care about your feelings. It just keeps moving. You are either rising with it or being buried by it. Right now, somewhere inside you, a voice is clearing its throat. The part of you that remembers why you're here. The part that's tired of being tired. Give that voice the microphone. Ask yourself a question that will haunt you, in the best way, every morning. If my life were a movie and it started now, what would the hero do next? Not tomorrow. Not after you feel ready. Now. Would they hit snooze? Or would they stand up, make the call, write the plan, lace the shoes, send the email, finally draw the line? Here's the truth about high performers, the ones you admire. 90% of their days feel like pressure, friction, failure. 8% is confusion and doubt. 2% feels like victory. That's it. If you're waiting for the feeling to arrive before you act, you'll wait your life away. Feelings follow actions. Move first, the fire shows up second. So we're going to install a few non-negotiables, the first promise. When the alarm rings, you rise. No debate, no bartering with your future. Your first act each day is proof you run your mind, not the other way around. The first inputs. Before the world shouts, you choose your signal. 10 pages of a real book. 5 minutes of journaling. 2 minutes of breath in silence. Put steel in your thoughts before you walk into the noise. The big 3. Write the 3 outcomes that, if completed, would make today a win. Not 30, 3. Complete them before you let the day claim you. The 1 more rule. 1 more rep, 1 more call, 1 more page. When your brain says enough, you teach it, kindly and firmly, that you decide enough. And yes, you will feel behind. Good. That means you're in the fight. Winning doesn't feel like winning while you're doing it. It feels like sweat, doubt, and silence. That's the tax you pay for a life that matters. Let's talk identity. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. If the outcomes you desire belong to a different kind of person, then become that person, one kept promise at a time. Want a stronger body? Be the person who trains whether it rains or shines. Want a sharper mind? Be the person who reads when it would be easier to scroll. Want respect? Be the person who does exactly what they said they would do, especially when nobody is watching. Some of you are thinking, it's too late. It's not. You're not too old, too broken, too behind. You're one decision away from a different life. One degree of turn, one call, one walk, one page, one apology, one boundary, one honest plan with a real deadline. That's how tides turn. Write it down. Don't just think it, ink it. What must change? What do you refuse to tolerate? What will you do today? Dreams without dates are wishes. Goals with deadlines and accountability are destiny. Post it where you can't escape it. Mirror, fridge, phone lock screen, and then audit yourself nightly with a brutal kindness. Did I do what I said I would? If the answer is no, you go again. Tomorrow. If yes, you stack another brick. Brick by brick, you rebuild the version of you that keeps promises. That's how self-respect grows, not from hype, from history. And hear me, no one is coming. Not a mentor, not a miracle, not motivation. You are the rescue mission. You are the cavalry. Liberating, isn't it? Because if it's on you, it's possible. If it's on you, you can start. If it's on you, you can finish. So stand up, right now, even if it's just in your spirit, and choose. Choose the 5-degree shift. Choose the first promise. Choose the big 3. Choose one more. Choose to be the hero who acts before the music swells. There is no tomorrow. There is only now. No permission needed. No perfection required. Just a decision, made with full conviction, that this life, your life, will be built, not drifted. Whisper it with me so it sticks to your bones. Not someday. Now. Then prove it with one irreversible action before the sun sets. Send the message. Sign the form. Schedule the workout. Throw the junk. Block the distraction. Start the thing. 5 degrees. 1 day. Repeat. That's how stories change. That's how yours begins. Listen to me. Because this right here might be the most important battle you'll ever fight. It's the war with comfort. Comfort. That sweet poison. It whispers in your ear like a lover with soft hands, telling you to stay in bed a little longer, to skip the workout just this once, to push your dreams to tomorrow. Because today, well, today you deserve to rest. But let me tell you something most people will never hear in their entire lives. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. Nobody collapses on their couch in one day and loses their destiny overnight. No, it's gradual. It's a slow death served in warm blankets and lazy mornings, in skipped promises and delayed dreams. Comfort doesn't stab you in the chest. It seduces you. It smiles while it steals everything you could have been. Look around. Most people aren't defeated by tragedy. They're defeated by comfort, by the endless pursuit of easy, of fun, of someday. That's why they wake up at 40, at 50, at 60 with panic in their throats, realizing they traded the one life they had for Netflix marathons and gossip conversations that built nothing, changed nothing, became nothing. And you listening, right now, you have a choice. You can join the army of the average, men and women who talk big, dream small, and die with music still locked inside them. Or you can declare war on the comfort that's been smothering your potential since the day you were born. Because here's the truth. Comfort will never give birth to character. It will never forge strength, never build discipline, never raise warriors. It only raises consumers, people addicted to easy, allergic to hard, allergic to life itself. So here's what I'm asking. Stop worshiping at the altar of comfort. Every time you choose the couch over the run, the excuses over the work, the snooze button over the sunrise, you are building a life made of crumbs instead of bricks. And let me say this as clearly as thunder. The life you want will demand suffering. It will demand sweat that blinds your eyes, effort that breaks your limits, hours so lonely you start to question your own sanity. But oh, when you walk through that fire, when you claw your way up that mountain 1 bleeding inch at a time, when you swallow the pain and keep moving forward anyway, you emerge different. You emerge untouchable. Because pain, unlike comfort, delivers gifts that last forever. It gives you strength. It gives you self-respect. It gives you the kind of power no one can hand you and no one can take away. And that power has a name. It's called discipline. See, most people live like slaves to motivation. They wait for it like it's some magical lightning bolt that might strike on a Monday morning if the weather is right, if the mood is perfect, if the stars align. What a joke. Motivation is a fickle, spoiled child. It shows up when it wants, leaves. When it wants, never stays when things get ugly. You can't build a life on that. You can't build an empire on that. You can't become great on that. Discipline, though. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline doesn't ask if you're tired. It doesn't care if it's raining, if you're sad, if the world is on fire. Discipline shows up in the dark, in the cold, in the silence where nobody is clapping for you, and it delivers. That's why discipline will always eat motivation for breakfast, because motivation is doing it when you feel like it. Discipline is doing it regardless. And hear me, the world belongs to the disciplined. Every champion you admire, every leader you respect, every name carved into history's stone tablets, they all have one thing in common. They did it when they didn't feel like it. They ran when their lungs burned. They studied when their eyes ached. They practiced when the applause had faded and nobody was watching. You think Michael Jordan felt like shooting 1,000 free throws after losing a playoff game? You think Kobe felt like getting up at 4 a.m. to train while everyone else slept? Feelings had nothing to do with it. Discipline did. Because discipline builds a life brick by brick, while motivation just writes inspiring quotes on the wall and hopes somebody else will hang the picture frame. And some of you are addicted to starting. You love the new journal, the new planner, the new resolution on January 1st, shouting to the world, "This is my year!" But February comes. The journal collects dust. The planner disappears under pizza, boxes, and broken promises. You don't need another fresh start. You need discipline to keep going when the fresh start gets boring. Motivation is loud at the starting line. Discipline is alone at the finish line. And that's why so few ever cross it, because discipline is unglamorous. It's repetitive. It's Tuesday nights doing the work while your friends are out laughing over drinks. It's saying no to distractions. So many times people stop inviting you altogether. It's failing, fixing it, and trying again without announcing to the world, "Hey, look at me, I'm hustling." Discipline is ugly in the moment, but it's beautiful in the result. So here's what you need to do. Today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is the lie comfort tells you. Pick the one thing you've been avoiding because it's hard. Do it tired. Do it angry. Do it unmotivated. But do it. Set non-negotiables. Rules you obey no matter what mood you're in. That's how you build respect with yourself. Shrink the goal. Stop waiting to feel ready for the big leap. Take the small step. Read 5 pages. Do 10 push-ups. Write 50 words. Win the small battles first. Harden your mind. Stop worshiping your feelings. They are liars. They will betray you every time. And let me leave you with this. Someday, years from now, you will stand in front of a mirror. You will look into your own tired eyes, and you will know. You will know whether you built a life on discipline or whether you wasted it waiting for motivation. And that moment, oh, that moment will cut deeper than any failure or rejection ever could. Because the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. So choose comfort or courage, motivation or discipline, someday or today. But whatever you choose, understand this. Only one of them will hand you the life you've been dreaming about. And it sure as hell isn't comfort. Listen closely, because what I'm about to say might feel like fire in your chest. Greatness is expensive, and the currency is you. Every dream you have, every goal you whisper about when the lights are off and no one is around to laugh at you, comes with a price tag. And here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Most people aren't willing to pay it. They want the glory without the grind, the spotlight without the shadows, the crown without the cross, but greatness doesn't work like that. You want to change your life? Then understand this. The price is paid in lonely hours when the world is asleep and you are grinding in silence. It's paid in blood and sweat when nobody claps, when nobody believes, when even you start doubting yourself. It's paid in nights of exhaustion when comfort calls your name and you slam the door in its face because you promised yourself you wouldn't quit this time. That's the price. And let me be brutally honest, mediocrity is on sale everywhere. It's cheap. It's easy. It's buy one, get one free. But greatness? Oh, greatness is hidden in the back room where only the obsessed dare to go. See, every champion you've ever admired has lived this truth. Muhammad Ali said it best. I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That's the deal. Suffer now, sacrifice now, bleed now, because ease will never sculpt you into the person you're meant to be. Do you know why diamonds shine? Because they've been through pressure most rocks would break under. And you, yes, you, sitting here listening, heart pounding because something in these words feels personal. You are either going to rise through the pressure or stay a rock your whole life, wondering why you never shined. But here's where it gets real. This isn't just about working harder. No. This is about killing the old version of yourself. The lazy one, the fearful one, the one addicted to excuses and comfort and I'll start tomorrow. That version of you, it has to die. Because the life you want, the dreams you see in your mind when you close your eyes at night, they demand a stronger version of you, a bolder version, a disciplined version, and that version cannot breathe as long as you keep feeding the old one. Let me paint it for you. There's the you right now, the one listening, nodding, maybe even getting goosebumps because deep down, you know these words are slicing through the lies you've been telling yourself. And then there's the you could be, the one who wakes up on time, the one who keeps promises to themselves, the one who walks into a room and doesn't need to brag because their presence speaks louder than words. But between those two versions, there's war. Every morning the old you tries to drag you back to bed, back to laziness, back to mediocrity, and every morning you either win that war or you lose it. Not someday, not next year, every single morning. I remember someone once told me, man, you've changed. And I looked them dead in the eyes and said, damn right I have. That was the whole point. Because the goal is not to wake up in 10 years as the same person you are today. The goal is to bury the old you, so deep the next version has to climb out of the dirt wearing armor made of discipline, sacrifice, and scars that tell the story of battles fought and won. You should be unrecognizable in 5 years, not because of what you have, but because of what you've become. But listen, this isn't about perfection. Forget perfection. This is about progress. About refusing to go to bed at night without stacking one more brick toward the life you want. Because here's the thing about discipline. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't have to move mountains today. Just don't walk backward. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But for the love of everything you claim you want, don't you dare stay in the same place. And let me say this before we move on. Stop waiting for applause. Stop waiting for people to cheer for you. They won't. Not at first. You know why? Because your growth will expose their excuses. Your discipline will remind them of everything they're avoiding in their own lives. So don't you dare shrink to make them comfortable. When they say you've changed, smile. When they say you're obsessed, nod. When they call you crazy, thank them. Because obsessed, crazy people are the only ones who ever build anything worth remembering. I need you to burn this into your brain. Discipline is freedom. It's not chains. It's not prison. Discipline is the key that unlocks the life motivation, keeps promising, but never delivers. Motivation is a speech. Discipline is a lifestyle. And the day you stop negotiating with laziness, stop arguing with excuses, stop reasoning with fear, that's the day you get free. free from regret, free from what-ifs, free from the weight of knowing you could have been more, but chose not to be. So here's the challenge. For the next 30 days, pick one thing. Wake up early, hit the gym, write the book, start the business, fix your finances, fix your mindset. But whatever it is, do it daily, do it tired, do it bored, do it without applause, but do it. Because after 30 days, you won't even recognize yourself. And after a year, the old you won't even exist. That's the price of greatness. And if you're willing to pay it, oh, my friend, the life waiting on the other side will be so loud, so powerful, so undeniable. They won't ask what you're worth. No, listen to me. Because this right here, this is the moment everything changes. All the talk, all the motivation, all the quotes on your wall, the podcasts in your ears, the books stacked on your desk, none of it matters. Unless you decide all or nothing. That's it. That's the choice. That's the line in the sand. Because life doesn't reward kinda. Life doesn't honor almost. Life doesn't crown halfway. You either step all the way in, or you stay exactly where you are. Some of you keep dipping your toes in the water, waiting for it to feel right, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. Let me save you some time. They don't exist. There will always be obstacles. There will always be doubts. There will always be a reason to wait. But champions, the ones whose names echo long after they're gone, they stop waiting. They dive in head first when everyone else is still standing on the shore talking about how cold the water looks. Do you want to know the real difference between winners and everyone else? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even opportunity. It's this. When things get hard, when the plan falls apart, when the world says give up, winners double down. They don't back off when it gets dark. They don't slow down when it hurts. They push harder because they understand something average people never will. The pain is the price. The discomfort, the sacrifice, the lonely nights, the tired mornings, every ounce of it is the toll booth on the road to greatness. You pay it, or you turn back. Let me be clear. There is no version of success where you coast your way to the top. None. You don't stumble into excellence. You don't accidentally build discipline. You don't trip over greatness on your way to convenience. You fight for it. You bleed for it. You show up on the days you want to quit more than anything, and you keep moving. That's how you earn it. But here's the part. Most people don't want to hear. You will lose people on this journey. Friends who liked the comfortable version of you. Family who doesn't understand why you're obsessed. Strangers who cheer for you when you're down, but grow quiet when you start to rise. Let them go, because the higher you climb, the smaller your circle gets. Not everyone can handle the altitude, and I need you to get this. The life you want is going to demand every ounce of you. Not the lazy you. Not the someday you. Not the you that keeps saying, I'll start when I feel ready. No, it wants the version of you that shows up after failure. The version of you that keeps swinging when you have nothing left. The version of you that would rather choke on effort than live another day comfortable but unfulfilled. Because here's the truth. One day, you're going to look in the mirror, and the reflection staring back at you will either be a warrior, forged by discipline, defined by sacrifice, unstoppable in purpose, or it will be a stranger full of excuses, full of regret, full of what-ifs. And on that day, you won't be able to lie to yourself. You'll know exactly which version you chose to be. So choose now. All or nothing. Burn the ships. Kill the plan B. Stop leaving doors open so you can run back to comfort when things get hard. Greatness doesn't come to those who knock politely. It comes to those who kick the door down and refuse to leave until they get what they came for. This is your life, your shot, You're one round in the chamber, so load it with discipline, aim it with purpose, and fire it with everything you've got, because the clock is ticking. And comfort? Comfort is the enemy that will sing you to sleep while your dreams burn to ashes. Wake up, get up, and go all in, all or nothing. There is no in-between.